you can figure out what hooping it means. They say bend over, you got a cough, spread your cheeks. This is no place for a grown-ass man. I'm gonna have to go through an x-ray right now. Another jail story today, okay? So, in jail, when I was deep in my addiction, something called hooping, and some of you in the comments can tell me if you know what hooping is, or maybe explain it to somebody else, but that is where you hide your narcotics. And after going to jail the first time, I realized that I never want to go in there again without being properly prepared. This is how much of a drug addict I was, guys. I had drugs that I carried. I cut a little hole in all of my boxers. Most boxers have like a double wall in them, and so if you cut the first part of the wall, you basically make like a kangaroo pocket right here. And so that's where I kept my stash. So long story short, the second time I got grabbed, I had that stash ready to go. There was a condom in it. There was enough supply to last me several weeks. And so, I got grabbed, and once they pat me down, but they didn't feel right here. And so once I got into the holding cell before the x-ray, I hooped that shit. Hooped it. You can figure out what hooping it means. That's dedication. And I'm like, damn, is this going to work? Is this guy, I got to go through an x-ray right now? And so I'm there, I'm at the jail thing. I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to go through an x-ray right now. Like, hopefully. And they asked me, they're like, hey man, you don't got anything, right? I'm like, I got nothing. And I'm holding on. I'm clenching my cheeks, hoping that they don't somehow discover it. I get through the x-ray. He's looking at it. I'm stressing a little bit. He's like, okay, you're good to go. I'm like, I'm good to go. I'm surprised. I'm like, okay. I go into the next room. Boom. I can't even wait. I'm such a dope fiend. I couldn't even wait to get to my freaking cell. I pull it out. I'm getting everybody. There's some guy like fucking did too much in the cell. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's going to get us in trouble. He's fucking falling out and like just doing a little bit of like a twitch and shit because I was generous and hooking people up. I got in and I've never had more friends in my entire life when I went into that jail cell. I made the mistake of telling people that I had some stuff with me. And there, when you have it, you're supposed to give some of it to the leader of your race. Like whoever's got, they call it having the keys. I got the keys. You guys ever heard that song? I got the keys. I got the keys. What they're talking about is not like the keys to a car. They're talking about they got the keys to the jail. So if you got the keys, you're the leader of your race. So the leader of the entire jail for the whites is supposed to get a piece of it. So I'm asking who's the leader. There's multiple guys claiming it because they want the drugs. Long story short, we're in there. I got half the freaking jailhouse high for a week or two. Somebody told on me. Somebody decided to tell. The cops all come in. They fucking drag us all outside. At that point, I only had it in I had it in a kangaroo pocket in my underwears. So they give you these jailhouse underwears that already have like a pocket in it. Have you guys ever seen this old school white underwears that have that little pocket? So I had it in there, not knowing that we were going to get searched. They just pulled us outside. We thought it was for medical. And then I get around the corner because we're all in line. I get around this corner, and then there's the nurse. I'm sorry, no, it wasn't a nurse. It was guards, and they had like these little like, what do you call them? Sheets kind of up, these sheet things up, and they had two rows of people. One guard seemed like he was on top of it. The other guard seemed sleepy. Thank God I got the sleepy guard. They're like, strip down. I'm like, strip down? What the fuck? And going in there, by the way, going in there, when they say strip down, you got to strip down to your bare ass. They say bend over. You got to cough. Spread your cheeks. This is no place for a grown-ass man. And I'm in there spreading my cheeks like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why did I do this? What did I do to myself? No, God, please. You ever get in a situation where you're just begging God to help you? That's kind of where I was. But once I was back in there and they were checking everybody for the second time because somebody had told that there was dope in the house, a bunch of wusses, searching everybody, and I'm screwed right now. I'm screwed. He makes me take my boxers off. I kick my boxers, or I throw them back to him, and I'm standing waiting for him to just come arrest me naked. And next thing I know, boom, my boxers land right by my foot. I could hear the bag and the dope that was still in there like hit the floor, and I look at him and I can't believe that he had just given me back my stash. And I was like, no freaking way. And everybody that knew I had the stuff in the next room thought I was screwed. I walk in there like, homie, what up? I got it, all cocky and shit. Just a little, I was just a little shit growing up. And boom, we get all high and shit. We're all getting high in there, just partying like a motherfucker, not sleeping for days. Because I had everything. I had H, I had white, I had just everything. And my dumbass brought one Suboxone, which is what helps you quit that stuff and not go through serious withdrawals. I was not planning that far ahead, apparently. And so what happened the next time is somebody else told that, hey, you guys didn't get it yet. They gave it more specific. So we wake up at 3 a.m. to the cops fucking opening our cell, pulling us out of our cell. They pulled us and our neighbors out. So whoever was telling wasn't giving them exact info. They were just giving them generalized, like it's over here in this area kind of stuff. And so they took us down to a different floor, x-rayed us, put my buddy Sean on what they call potty watch. Anybody know what potty watch is? Put it in the comments. Anybody know what potty watch? So potty watch is where these cops literally, they put you in a room with 4 glass walls on it, and they can see through you in a bucket, and you're not allowed to leave that thing until you shit in a bucket, son. Shitting in buckets. We're shitting in buckets, guys. And so they made Sean do it, and then the guard's like, oh, well, looks like I got a job to do. Puts his gloves on after Sean shits in this bucket, and then goes and looks through Sean's shit. I'm like, dude, you guys are that desperate to find some dope? Are you fucking kidding me? And luckily by then I had used it all. All I had was a Suboxone that was in my cell next to my bed. I thought maybe I could get in some trouble for that, but it looked a lot like this cream that people were using, the same kind of packaging. So I got back, and so I dodged a lot of bullets. If I would have been caught with dope in there, I would have been screwed, guys. And so I do believe that there's something looking out for me. I do believe I used to have those fillings, the mercury fillings, and they've fallen out, but those are what was causing uncontrollable anxiety. I didn't know what was going on, why I was sick, why I fucking needed drugs all the time to feel okay. And I'm figuring out later in life that I had those stupid fucking metal fillings. If you have any of those fillings, get rid of them because they cause serious issues. It's fucking mercury. I thought it was silver. Get rid of those. So yeah, that's the next one. We got more stories coming up, guys. We got more war stories. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know, do we want to talk more about this? Do we want to talk about what I'm doing now? How I've been successful coming out of jail? How I'm never going back? How we're getting motivated? How we're getting better every fucking day, son? We got a Tessie. We're making 7 figures. We're doing the absolute most with the very motherfucking least.